Welcome, everybody. I'm going to start with this. Yes, there are certain people out there in America that are saying that the sky has fallen, that the end is here, or the end is nigh. All right? Now, maybe it's not true for everybody. Because for some people to suffer, that means the other people have to live very well, and that's the price that it gets paid. That's how that works. We can't have everybody living well. Oh no, God forbid. Because we have set up a system like that. The system is set up like that. For the few to live comfortable, nothing is happening, and when something does happen, they are covered. But the rest of the people, they have to work 80 hours a week if they can. Their health is in jeopardy. They're not seeing their loved ones. The kids are getting raised by themselves. It might not be the sky's not falling, but it's pretty close to it. And we like to play the narrative that, oh, this whole thing is on the people. The people who are saying these things, the trouble and the issue is on them. Really now. So if that's the case, how come that wasn't the case years ago? When people had conversations back, I'm not talking about 100 or 200 years ago, okay? Let's go to the 90s. When people were going out, hanging out, and talking to other people, the whole thing with the money issue, there wasn't a conversation about that. Very, very few things or mentions about it here and there. But for the most part, it was for other things. And they weren't working 80 hours a week. They were doing fine doing their 40 hours. They were happy of being content. No, they don't want to have 10 homes. They don't want to drive 10 cars. Just because you think that everybody might accept that, doesn't mean everybody is the same way. Me personally, I don't care to have 10 cars. I'm happy with one decent car. I don't want to live in a mansion. Just an average home, I'm happy with it. I'm fine, I'm content. People are happy just being content. But some people have everything and they're not content with that. That's where we are. And that's the problem. Yeah, the money is coming from the working poor and middle class. That's where all the money's coming from. And it's been given to these upper class and politicians as well. When you hear politicians, they make $100,000 a year, but they're worth $30 million. They just got into office. They've only been into office maybe 5 years. The new ones. The new ones we're talking about 5 years ago or even 10 years ago. The new ones. So let's do the math. For the ones that are doing 5 years, they're getting paid $100,000 a year. So 5 years is what? $500,000. How are they worth $30 million? And the ones that are 10 years, they were getting paid $100,000 every year. They accumulated $1 million. They're worth about that. No, they're worth about $50 million. Really now? Where's all that money coming from? There you go. It might not be the sky is not falling for everybody, but for certain people it is. And certain people, the group is getting bigger and bigger every day. I rest my case. And those people have the right to complain. Okay? And you cannot say it's on them. They did not turn these things the way they are. Others were responsible for doing this shit. For making these changes. And that applies to both parties. There you go. It applies to both of them. Because this time, 90-some% of Americans voted for what? The biggest thing was a change in the economy. And what are we seeing? Bullshit. So there you go. And there you have it. Enough said. I'll catch you guys later.